The second thing that I'll mention is from Sun Tzu, The Art of War. Now, Sun Tzu himself is probably a 6th century figure. This book, as far as we know, really appears in the 3rd century. It's filled with it's a book about tactics. It's a book about how to win in battle, right? It's filled with very practical, often very simple advice, but some big slogans, like popular with Mao Zedong as well. The strategy of guerrilla warfare: advance when your enemy retreats, retreat when your enemy advances. He talks about how to understand the terrain. He talks about how to use spies. He talks about how to sow dissension in the enemy camp. And even has simple little things like this. At night, you should use a lot of beacons and flares. In daytime, you should use a lot of flags and banners to control your army. But if you take all of Sun Tzu together, what we see is somebody who says there are practical ways for understanding how the world works, and you should not deceive yourself. You need to see yourself as part of the strategic situation. You need to see what's possible. You need to act accordingly. And Sun Tzu's book sets out to tell you how to do that. It has had, like the Lao Tzu, it has had a life in the 20th and 21st century as well. It's said that during the Vietnam War, all Viet Cong officers were supposed to study the Sun Tzu. Mao Zedong's on guerrilla warfare draws on the Sun Tzu. It's required reading at one point for CIA officers in the United States. Japanese executives read their Sun Tzu as a way of doing battle as executives and taking advantage of their enemies and so on. It's even said that here in Boston, the coach of the Boston Patriots, a football team, Bill Belichick, has read the Sun Tzu as well. It's a book about how to succeed. And it's not a book that's concerned with the morality of your ends. But on the other hand, to succeed well, you actually have to learn how to see the world objectively, which has some advantage, perhaps.